esteemed members of our FICTA Board of Directors and the Regional Chairman, dedicated cable TV operators and your managerial and technical personnel, our most beloved strategic partners, the exhibitors, broadband and program providers, suppliers, friends from the information, communication, and telecommunication industries, our government officials, our guest speaker will be coming later. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my warmest greetings on the occasion of our 25th sterling year celebrating FICTA. 25 years ago, I was literally one voice in the hinterlands, inviting a small group of cable operators to band together in our region in Mindanao, so that we could strengthen our ranks as we proceeded with the growth of our businesses, and then we became 25 operators huddled together for a common cause. Today, we are a strong federation of more than 500 cable TV operators and personnel from Batanes to Hulog, navigating ourselves through the mainstream of shooting meteors and asteroids in this fast-paced telecommunication industry. 25 years ago, we were literally using our tricycles, our own jeepneys, our own old pickups, vans, to install cables on bamboo poles for our rural subscribers. Today, we collaborate with the government and technical and program providers and the telecom giants to bring fiber optic and other technology-based connectivity through subscription into our remotest of business areas of concern and confidence. 25 years ago, we had got ourselves to consult and discuss business survival issues. Today, 25 years hence, we have established firm linkages with, first, the executive branch of the national government, specifically the Office of the President. During the term of President Corazon Aquino, she allowed the operation of cable TV under the nation's leadership of our incumbent President, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. in his personal attendance at our 24th Cable Congress. His Excellency vowed his support for FICTA being the vital conduit for bringing connectivity to the countryside, thereby helping immensely in the economic and inclusive growth of Filipino people, especially those in the countryside. Second, the legislative branch of the national government, specifically the Senate and the House of Congress. Including our past and present legislators for helping file and push the bills that became laws for the welfare and benefit of the cable TV and now expanded into communication and telecommunications industries. Through these 25 daunting years and with our grit and perseverance, FICTA has helped the industry and our beneficiary countrymen when in 2005, Cebu, it was mentioned in the history that Quintanar was the one who filed the anti-cable theft bill in Congress in 2007, Senator Miriam Defensor, and in 2013, the 15th Congress, the anti-cable internet tapping. And finally, on April 13, President Benigno Aquino, he signed into law Republic Act 10515, the anti-cable TV and internet tapping law, after long and tireless years of lobbying from the sector. Dito talaga lumuha at saka talaga walang tulong ang PICTAP board sa kakalabi, sa kakagawa ng appeal para lang dito sa anti-cable theft. Kasi almost all the cable operators in the countryside ay nalulugi dahil sa mga illegal connection. Tutusukan lang ng karayo, nakakakuha ng signal. So, yan ang nangyayari. Kaya yun ang pinus talaga ng FITAP. And we are thankful na napasa for so many years. Walang ginawa tayo kundi maglabi, kaya nakuha natin yun. So ngayon, wala na akong naririnig na complaints sa mga FITAP members, especially the countryside, na meron ng illegal tapping kasi naglagay din gumawa tayo ng video, documentary, pinapalabas na yung magnanakaw ng ating signal and meron ng kaparusahan na 2 years imprisonment. Kaya yun, ikinatakot, parang nawala na. Wala nang gumagawa. So, today, however, we are met by daunting challenges in the interpretation and implementation of certain provision of the Republic Act 7925, otherwise known as an act to promote and govern the development of Philippine telecommunication and the delivery of public telecommunication, enacted into law in 1995 to ensure a viable, efficient, reliable, and universal telecommunication infrastructure for the Philippines. But then, the problem that we are encountering now is very serious. Yung value-added service, when we apply the value-added service in, what year was that? I think 2003, 2004. It was the telecom companies, the two big giant telecom companies, yung duopoly, I mean. They opposed in the NTC to allow cable operators to operate the value-added service. Natakot sila noon for cable operators kasi noon, yung nag-uumpisa na tayong mag-cable internet. But then, I remember I've been receiving several letters. Ang position paper ng duopoly noon is for cable operator who wants to apply for bus, kailangan magbigay tayo ng ban na 20 million pesos bawat isang cable operator na mag-apply. Talagang doon sa NTC, nag-oppose sila na ayaw nilang pumayag kasi baka daw fly-by-night tayo pag nag-offer tayo ng bus or meaning telecommunication. So in spite of the oppositor opposing us to deliver internet, still we were able to convince NTC na kaya ng cable TV operator maging telecommunication because we learned when we went to the United States in 2001, yes, when we attended the California Cable TV Association Convention at Anaheim Convention Center. We saw their California Cable TV Association. The following year, 2002, nung bumalik kami, kinubida kami ulit para umaten ng California Cable TV Association, we saw California Cable TV and Telecommunication Association of the Philippines. So I asked the President, Mr. Gates, why? Did telecom company in the United States, like the AT&T, join the association? He said, no. We are already telecommunication. Cable TV, because of technology, is already telecommunication. Why? Because of technology. I said, can you help us? Transfer technology to us. How can we do it in the Philippines? Oh yes, anytime. So, yun nag-umpisa. Kaya pinag-aralan namin, there are several picked up members who went with me, I think 47 picked up members who went to the United States na binigyan tayo ng visa without appearance at the time. Na winord out ng California Cable Association na maka-attend tayo. Sabi ko, after 10 years, that would be 2012 from 2002, very soon, pick-up will become picked up, which will also add T pagka tayo ay naka-cable internet. So in 2012, after 10 years, picked up was born, kaya inamendahan namin yung pick-up sa Securities and Exchange Commission with the help of Attorney Robert Hocong. Binago namin at naging picked up. Kaya naging picked up tayo since 2012. Kaya malakas ang loob natin na magbigay na tayo ng value-added service na bus. Ngayon, we are enjoying it, especially no COVID time, na dumami ang ating subscriber dahil na in demand ang cable internet connection. But now, we are facing a harder problem because yung bus, maski sino na lang pwede mag-offer ng bus. Maski sino na lang nag-o-offer. Ngayon, pinag-aralan ko lahat yung mga illegal because I've been receiving already complaint from the small cable operators in the countryside. Ma'am, meron naglalagay ng gano'n, naglalagay ng P2P, nagwa-wireless. Wireless, we are not doing wireless because I know that is against the law. We do not have the franchise. That's why we cannot do wireless. And then now, very clear, pati naglalaglag na rin sila ng fiber, gumagamit na rin ng poste, at yung iba nagdi-deliver na rin ng cable TV through IPTV, at meron pang kaakibat na porno. Sino ngayon ang magsusubscribe sa cable TV? We are not allowed to show porno because we pay for MTRCB. Ano ang binabayaran ng cable TV taon-taon? TVRO sa NTC, SRF, yung Spectrum Regulation Fees, MTRCB, BIR, Business Permit. Itong bus operator, ano ang binabayaran nila? Nagbabayad ba sila ng MTRCB? Nagbabayad ba sila ng TVRO? Nagbabayad ba sila ng SRF? Lalo na, nagbabayad ba sila sa BIR? Lalo na, business permit. Karamihan nung na-inspeksyon at nung tinignan sa mayor's office, karamihan walang business permit. Kung meron mang business permit, ang business permit nila, computer repair shop. Computer repair shop, pero bakit ka nag-deliver ng internet? Bakit ka nag-wireless? Point-to-point connection ng internet. So yan yung mga bagay na hindi nakikita ng NTC. So, ibig sabihin, gumawa kami ng appointment sa 3 commissioner kasama yung head ng regulation branch. So, nakipag-meeting kami, kinuha namin yung mga litrato, lahat ng P2P ang tataas, dahil pa ang mga globe at PLDT sa tataas ng tower nila, P2P. Tapos yung mga advertisement nila sa social media, lahat nandun. Pinapunan ko lahat ng probinsya, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, kinunan-kununan ng ating mga member, ang cable operator. So, dinala ko sa NTC. Doon sa malaking screen nila, pinakita namin. Ito, may wireless link pa ito. Yung isang kumpanya, meron pa siyang 1 gig na MOA signing with Globe, may picture pa na sila ay nagdi-deliver ng internet. So, sinulatan ko ang Globe. Sinulatan ko si Mr. Gu ng Office of the President. Ang sabi nila, sila daw basta nagbebenta lang sila ng bandwidth kung sino ang gusto nila bumili ng bandwidth. So, yun ang sa private sector na telecommunication. So, ngayon, hiniling namin kung pwede hold in abeyance muna ang pagbibigay ng value-added service dito kung sino-sino. Alam sagot sa akin, nung head ng regulation branch, ma'am, hindi pwede kasi baka maarta kami. Baka maarta daw sila. Kasi hindi nga daw kung pwede mahinto. Tuloy-tuloy sila. Ngayon, sumulat sa akin ang commissioner na binigyan nila ng show cause order. Yung Wallace team, yung BNB Enterprise, show cause order. Walang nangyayari. Sumulat ako ulit. What happened to the cease and desist? Ine-expect ko magkaroon ng cease and desist after show cause order o ipasara. Hindi nila pinasara. Hanggang ngayon, nakabukas pa. Anong gagawin natin sa mga ganito? Agency, regulator na, pero hindi naman nila ginagawa ang kanilang tamang tungkulin. So, yan ang problema natin. Sumulat ako doon sa head ng regulatory branch. Dahil merong magaling na NTC commissioner sa Region 2. Pinadlock niya, marami, 2718, pinadlock, pinasara lahat. After kako ng pinadlock, what's next? Kasi gusto kong malaman kung sino ang magtatanggal ng kanilang tower, kung sino ang magtatanggal ng nilang fiber kasi hindi tinatanggal, sino? Hanggang ngayon, hindi ako sinasagot ng NTC. Hindi ako sinasagot ng head ng regulatory branch. Sinabi ko pa sa sulat ko, delayed action is equivalent to graft and corruption. Sobra na isang buwan, hindi pa rin ako sinasagot. So, ibig sabihin, they are protecting these mga illegal bus operators. Ngayon, ang